Staying in southwest Nigeria, the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has slashed state-regulated bus and rail transport fare by 25%. The Lagos State Metropolitan Authority Transport Authority made this known in a statement on Monday. Head Corporate Communications Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, LAMATA, Kolawole, Ojelabi, said the state government responded to calls for the reinstatement of the 50% rebate on fare for regulated bus and rail transport to ease the economic hardship currently faced by residents as a result of the removal of petrol subsidy. The governor had on 2nd of August 2023 announced a 50% discount on fare on regulated transport bus and rail transport, which ended on Sunday. Now, of course, joining me on the news right now is the Head Corporate Communications Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, LAMATA, Kolawole Ojelabi. Thank you so much for your time, Kolawole.
Good evening. Thanks for having me.
All right. Let's get straight to it. What informed the decision to slash a state-regulated bus and rail transport fare by 25% coming few days after the status quo was restored?
Okay, we need to go back to, we need to give a little bit of background. Following the removal of subsidy on petrol, the federal government asked states to come up with different programs so that they can assuage, the pain felt by the people. And one particular area that we feel that the public could have some reprieve is in the cost of transportation. Don't forget that salary has not been increased, and so the government announced that there will be a 50% reduction in the cost of public transportation on regulated services, bus and train. And that was to be for 3 months. And don't forget, the announcement was made by Mr. Governor on the 2nd of August. And by the 5th of November, which actually marks the 3rd month, and we decided to stop it. And just because we cannot continue indefinitely. Between August and November, the price of diesel has risen by over 50%. And nobody actually foresaw that there was going to be that huge increase in the cost of diesel. And so it was no longer sustainable for us to continue to retain the 50% slack. And so when it was removed and there was a huge outcry, the governor said, okay, let's do 25%. And so that's exactly what led to the removal of that for the restoration of 25%.
Now, the state government, of course, with this particular decision, has been greeted with, of course, a great amount of reception from many of the residents in Lagos. Is this ongoing decision going to be a permanent one, or are there still plans to slash it further, or maybe, return to status quo in the future?
From where I am, I cannot tell you that that's going to be, that where we are is the permanent position. For as long as the market indices begin to show an upward rise in the cost of fueling, the cost of maintenance, there will also be the need for members of the public to assist the operating companies. Otherwise, some of these buses will be granted. Don't forget that those buses are not manufactured in Nigeria, they're manufactured abroad, and so you need also to get spares for them, you need to get tires for them, you need to get leave for them, you need to pay personnel costs. And so, if we put all of this together, and you now discover that the cost of operation is very, very high, the public would need also to make a little contribution to ensure that those buses continue to operate on the road.
Now, apart from this particular gesture by the state government, what other measures are being put in place to ease the hardship currently faced by residents of Lagos State?
Okay, we have a couple of bus operators, and we know that some of them, because of spares, they've not been able to put their buses back on the road. We are working with them to see how, spare parts could be imported in large quantity so that those parts that their buses require to be back on the road could be procured and the buses are repaired and more buses are put on the road.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much. Bye.